Hello, Miss Sam's here again. In this video, we are still graphing. We're still graphing in slope intercept, point slope, and standard form, but this time we get to use the Desmos graphing calculator. So the purposes of this video is to walk you through how to use the Desmos calculator and how to log in, and also give me pictures of what you were graphing on your own device. So first step, if you click on this guy, this link right here, it is going to take you to the Desmos graphing calculator, which will take you to this site. We're going to go ahead and log in or sign up. You are using your email address here, or external account, and we are going to agree. You have read, and then you are going to sign up with your school Google account. So your school Google account right here. I've already done this process, so if I do it on this video, it's not going to go through. So I'm going to log in and choose log in with Google. But don't forget, you need to do the sign up. And then please make sure that you are using your @capitalencoreacademy.org email address. Okay, I am all logged in, and there are a couple of things. So here is your graph. You can use your scroll bar on your mouse to zoom in and zoom out. And then here's where we're going to start typing in our equations. So today, I'm going to do the graph one by one, and then I'm also going to show you how you could also place them in a folder and share them with me as well. So we are going to be graphing the equation y equals 3x minus 1. So first, before we start graphing, well, let me go ahead and write it in first. So I'm doing y equals 3x, I think it was minus 1. Yes, minus 1. And I'm using the keyboard on my particular computer, my particular device. But you could also, I'm trying to move this out of the way. You could also use the keyboard here and type in your numbers and letters as well. Okay, so here is our particular equation that we graphed, and I see that again, you can zoom in and zoom out. I'm going to go through the settings and walk you kind of through how to set up some of the axes. So if you want to, your x-axis could be going from -10 to +10, and then you want it to step or count by 1. The y-axis, you can set it automatically to go the same to not 16, -10 to +10. So these are some adjustments that you can make. And again, I just chose the gear for settings, or the little wrench up here for graph settings. Okay, and then our step is going to be 1. Another thing that I would like to take off, like, see how there's all these little tiny lines? Yeah, no, because we know to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, or in this case, up 3 over 1. And I want you guys counting the little tiny mini or minor grid lines. We're going to take that feature off. Okay, so now that I have my graph set, I can see that my y-intercept is here at -1, and I went up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay, so if you are ready to submit this graph to me, you're going to hit this share graph where it looks like a little arrow popping out of a square. So you're going to share your graph, and you could do a link, but you can also do export image. So whenever you do export image, it'll download. You can choose thin, you can choose medium, you can choose thick. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can also choose small or medium square. The choice can be yours. You can even choose a small, but I would prefer the medium so I can see your grid lines. You could even do large if you really wanted to. Okay, but anyways, we're going to choose download. So after you choose download, it'll pop up down here. And we're going to go into the graph of today's assignment, and we're just going to click, and we're going to drag into that particular table, or that particular column, particular row. Okay, the next question or equation that we're going to graph is -3/4 x plus 4. So I'm going to exit out of this. You can exit or you can completely erase. If you were to add another one, it is going to graph right on top of what is already there. So if I start graphing again, so y equals, I'm doing 3/4 for division. And when I do so, it automatically goes to the fraction bar. If you click on your mouse, it'll bring it back down from the denominator back to where you can type regularly. And it's 3/4 plus 4. And whoops, I forgot my negative sign out front. Okay, but I want to remove this one. I don't want them graphed all together. I want to make sure that you're submitting it one at a time. Okay, you can also zoom back in. You can also click on this and drag and move it around. So you can see that you have the positive 4 y-intercept. I'm also zooming out with my mouse. And I'm going down 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm ready to export or share graph. Export image. Don't forget, you could copy the link if you really wanted to, but I would prefer an export image if your computer allows you to do so. And you're just going to click and drag into your table. Okay, now let's get to the point slope. So, oh my gosh, Miss Sams, now you're telling me I have to solve for y equals? You are in luck. With the Desmos calculator, and it's the same for the online testing, you are able to enter the equation exactly the way you see it. When I taught Math 1 before, the previous grade levels had to get the y alone. Do the intercept. Everything the whole entire graphing rap said they had to solve for y in order to graph it in the handheld calculators. You guys are in luck. You have Desmos, which will literally graph it in the particular form that you see it in. So we see this one in point slope, and it says y plus 4. So I'm going to do y. Oops, I need to make sure I click in here. Y plus 4, and I don't know where the n came from. We're just going to delete that on out of there. Equals, and then it goes on to say 3/4. Okay, and I'm going to also show, let's just go ahead and exit out of these. I'm going to also show in the keyboard how you could type in the fraction. So 3 divided by 4 will also give you that fraction. Click off of that denominator so it comes back up again. And then we have parentheses. Again, you can all use this here. You don't have to type on your keyboard, but sometimes I do know that that's a little bit easier. And then we are adding, I don't want to close parentheses yet. We're adding 2, I think it was. Close my parentheses. Yes. Okay. So if I'm all done typing, I'm going to hide that keyboard. As you can see, it graphed it just like I needed it to. So with that being said, let me make sure I have x plus 4, or y plus 4, 3/4 times x plus 2. Okay, all of that is correct. I have the point -2, -4 on there. Okay, awesome. And I am ready to export image. Then is fine. Download. Go back to my Google Doc. Make sure that I have it clicked on here. So when I click and drag, it pops in with my picture. Okay, now let's do one that's in standard form. Again, no need to solve for y. We're just going to enter in exactly what we see. So I'm going to clear this out. And I see 6x plus 5y. So 6x plus 5y. And again, for this one, I'm just using the keyboard that is on my computer, but you can also pop up the keyboard feature down here and type in as well. And then it equals -10. Okay, here's my graph. I like the way that the grid lines are set. Awesome. We're going to go to export, or share graph, export image. I'm going to go ahead and download that. And then I'm going to see how my cursor is blinking right there. It's flashing. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. And then once you have all of your graphs into your assignment, you are ready to hit on your student end. There will be a turn in button right here, and you will be turning in your Google document today for graphing in Desmos. So again, no need to solve for y or to get your equation to say y equals, because you guys this year are in luck with using Desmos and having it integrated into the NC test application for online testing. So you do not need to put your equations into y equals, where all the handheld calculators that you would have purchased in the store is going to require you to do so, which is why we are using desmos.com/calculator, and it takes you to a graphing calculator that is also embedded in the NC test application for your EOCs and NC check-ins. Best of luck on today's independent practice that looks very similar to this one, and inserting pictures Don't forget, always reach out if you have questions or you need some assistance. Good luck.